Goosebumps is rated Y7 because it may be too spooky for kids under 7.
Alright, guys, it's time for another. Thanks to Paparina, another. Differences between the book and episode. Of course, today we're talking about, well, actually, tonight, we're talking about You Can't Scare Me. Let's get it going. So, basically, what happened with You Can't Scare Me in the book is they started with a nature trip, but, well, if you guys actually listen to what Paparina said, he actually said, no, a good idea is to go with the mud monster, introduce the mud monster, and that's what the episode did. The episode just went straight into it and said, yeah, Courtney's doing a report on the alleged mud monster that lives in Mud Creek. Yeah, most likely, I think Paparina would say smart move. So, anyways, here's what we got: is Eddie got scared of a snake. Courtney handled some bees. Of course, you can figure why that's not in the episode. And Courtney actually threw the bees at Eddie, trying to actually get him to look at them for himself. And it looks like that Eddie actually has two friends. And sadly, since, I didn't really hear much, well, Eddie has two friends. He has a friend named Hat and some other dude. I think that's what went down. So yeah, in the episode they cut the other person. Heck, the craziest part about the episode is that they didn't even mention the name Hat. Yeah, he is named Hat, and he's mentioned that his name is Hat in credits. But I'm pretty sure that in the episode they didn't even call him Hat even once. So that's one interesting thing. And then Eddie actually, yeah, I guess it was Eddie. So Eddie actually put a fake snake in Courtney's bag, but in the episode, guess what? Hat put in a real live snake into the bag. They just went straight for it. So, anyways, yeah, Courtney gave Mr. Melvin her lunchbox with the snake in it, and well, Paparina said the teacher's the worst. In the episode, however, it wasn't Mr. Melvin, it was actually Mr. Finley. Note: the person who plays as Mr. Finley will later on play as the Dream Police in You Can't Scare Me. Yeah, fun fact. So yeah, he was trying to say no, it's okay. I forgot my lunch. It's on me. I could go without lunch. He's like, no. I got smoked salmon and my mom packed so much food. Man, talk about these days. I bet everyone would freaking strike her right now, being like, this kid, she has privilege. She's using her privilege and everything. Yeah, that's kind of how it is going down, at least in the episode version. That's how it kind of goes down. So, anyways, yeah, both times Courtney saves the day. Then we have Mrs. Rudolph. This is when I got cut out of the episode. Mrs. Rudolph is an old lady who says, my cat is struck up in the tree. So she tries to actually guilt trip the two kids, the two of the guys we should be kind of rooting for, Eddie and Hat. And, well, yeah, she was just bastard, and Courtney did to save the day. And apparently Eddie's also afraid of heights. Another thing, and then Eddie and Hat actually get a spider and put it in Courtney's hair. Oh, well, what happened this in the episode is that they attempted to do that, but because Courtney came in with a teacher and was like, I want to do extra credit, but you got an A plus already. Well, this is science. You can invent a new thing, right? And it's like, wow, man. Wow. Yeah, teacher's pet, right? It's like you should be happy with the A plus, but she's still reaching higher, which I don't know. Should I be for her? Should I be against her? I'm not sure. She's just doing too much. She should actually have her own life to do stuff. Or anyways, so yeah, they stole in the book. They stole the spider. They hid it, and they did the action kinda, and it went on Molly instead of Courtney, and Courtney actually saved her. Meanwhile, in the episode, like I said, they had to hide in the closet, and the spider actually came loose because they had a open container of cup, a cup that was open, and it crawled all the way on Eddie. They were like, "Help, help, help!" and Courtney came to save. In the book, they got detention. And then all of a sudden they were like, hey, we can scare her with dogs. So they got a dog named Buttercup, and Buttercup apparently, if you whistle weird way, it gets aggravated. And apparently, Courtney has a treehouse at Muddy Creek. Or there's a treehouse in Muddy Creek, but that was cut in from the episode too. So, anyways, Buttercup actually ran after seeing a squirrel, and Eddie gets lost in the forest. In the episode version, they went straight into let's get her with the mud monster. Just a quick note. And it was Hat that was stuck in the forest. So Eddie was playing as the mud monster in the episode, and Hat actually had to draw her in, and then they were going to scare her. So, anyways, in the book, Eddie actually got lost in the forest. There was a big black dog. What the frick? And Hat to the rescue. Yeah, Hat actually runs to Eddie, and Courtney actually finds the two dogs because, well, the other dog disappeared, and they both found Courtney. And again, Courtney shows how she actually likes animals. So Eddie actually learns that Courtney believes in monsters. Yeah, we found that out in the episode. She kind of was debating. Yeah, in the beginning of the episode, she was debating with her teacher the fact of, well, Loch Ness Monster seems. Some people believe in Loch Ness Monster to be true and Bigfoot to be true. That doesn't mean that the Mud Monster can't be true. And it's like, yeah, lots of crazy crap. Alright. So, anyways, the Mud Monster is now revealed in a book of the creek, and people actually perished because, yeah, that's how it happened. Is that it turns out the Mud Monsters are actually people who used to live there that actually settled there, and one storm came, killed them all, and now they became Mud Monsters. So technically, in a supernatural standpoint, all you have to do is dig in the mud, find a item that they're stuck in, destroy it, and there you go. The Mud Monsters are destroyed. Just saying. Anyways, Eddie has a brother named Kevin because the TV show is on a strict budget. They cut the brother. The brother wasn't even shown in this TV show. And Kevin actually got two of his friends to scare Courtney. Two of the friends also got cut. So what happens in this episode is very simple. Is the fact of Hat was like, Eddie, you're going to be covered in mud. You're going to scare her. And yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. Meanwhile, the plan actually happens, and there's three other mud monsters besides the friends. So the real mud monsters actually scared them all, scared the crap out of all of them. And Courtney actually blabbed about the monster is being real to everyone, but of course she has no proof. And everyone else that actually saw the whole entire event are scared as frick, and they're stuck in the house. They don't want to go out at all. Let's see, have I actually mentioned anything else that was part of the episode? Well, let's see. Like I said, episode mentions Mud Monster was mentioned way in the beginning of the episode. We saw an old man trying to get a ball because his granddaughter accidentally, oops, the ball went in the creek, granddad, and he tries to get it, and the Mud Monster gets him, and then actually gets her. You know, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna make another video. So, Master of Animals. Oh yeah, in the episode they showed that there's a van that was covered in mud. Just something you need to know. Oh yeah, I don't know if in the book they actually gave Courtney a last name, but they decided in this episode they gave her a last name. Her name is Courtney King, and she actually got an article published in the newspaper. One added thing just to piss off the freaking two guys even more. And apparently, she was afraid of the Mud Monster at one time, and basically, she says she was afraid of the unknown. But since she was able to confront what she was scared of, she actually thanked the teacher and said, "Yes, now I'm afraid of nothing." He was afraid of nothing at all. And of course, let me just tell you a little in-depth part of what happened when it came to the end game. So basically, like I said, Eddie is the mud monster, and Hat actually goes, and just like in the book, that he got lost a bit. Well, Eddie did. Hat got lost a bit, and it turns out that the mud that covered Eddie, some of the glop dropped onto the ground and started to expand. So I think the mud has some weird properties on its hands. So the mud monster finds Hat and chases him, and he tripped at one point and almost got captured. He keeps on running now, and Hat finds Eddie. Then Courtney shows up at the wrong time, and yeah, now I remember what word she does. She condescends them. She actually condescends them, saying, "Oh well, listen, guys, your attempts that you always try to do on me is mere child's play. You can't really scare me. You're gonna have to up your game. But of course, upping your game still will most likely be nothing, so you guys should just quit." It's like, yeah, she said technically said that. So the mud monster shows up right behind her, and she's like, "All right, you listen to me, mud monster." It's like, yes, she gives him a big fat lecture. The lecture was so damn long that the sun came out and dried him all up. So yeah, he's hardened now. He's a freaking damn statue. So I don't know how, because this is way back in the day before cell phones, but somehow she was able to flag down a freaking news crew, get photos and everything, and now she actually gets credit that, ta-da, here is proof that the mud monster exists. So it started raining, and she was like, "Okay, let's continue this at the city hall or something like that." So they go to the city hall while Eddie and Hat just stay behind, which was a dumb move. And let me just say, if they were really actual parents or adults, wouldn't they take the scared children with them? I'm just saying, it makes more sense that you guys are responsible and you just take them with you. Just saying. But anyways, the crazy part is that the rain revived the mud monster. The good news is that the kids, yeah, Eddie and Hat, they just actually sat in the picnic area a little bit away from the monster. The monster revives and he walks straight to them. I was gonna say they were taken, but considering the fact of instead of taking, he just actually touched them. He just touched the arm of Hat. I'm pretty sure they were able to run away from him. I'm pretty sure they were able to run away. So that's basically the difference between the book and the episode. Yeah, some things were cut. A lot of things were cut. Notice the fact that dogs were cut in this too. I know that technically the dog from Prisoner of Azkaban from Harry Potter, I know that that dog was most likely computer generated, but I'm just saying though, if it was the same time, I'm pretty sure they could have got that dog from but he's computer generated, so never mind. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, folks, and have a scary day and scary night, and catch you guys